Sup lads, before we start, just want to say I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist, I'm just a young man who stays ripped year round, makes a good amount of money, and most of the advice I'm going to give you about my meal plan, what I actually eat, goes against all the health advice that you would get from typical sources like the NHS or the health organisation. So enter this video at your own risk. Eat what I eat at your own risk. I obviously don't know the long-term health effects because I'm only 25 years old. But I can tell you this. It keeps me fucking sharp between the ears. It keeps me dialed in. Allows me to work focused for a very long time. And it keeps me ripped and it keeps me looking good. Like I don't have any acne. My skin normally looks pretty great. I tan well now as before I burn. I'll go into that a little bit more. It's around seed oils. But this is basically how I eat to stay ripped and rich. Because what you eat has a huge effect on how your brain works and how you are focused through the day. So I'll run you through my schedule, my plan right now. A lot of people think about eating as something that needs to be enjoyable. They need to have variation in their diet. But I just like to think of food as fuel, like I'm a machine and I'm putting the best fuel into the machine to get good output. So what you eat contributes to your attractiveness, the quality of your muscle, your skin, the amount of energy you have. The staples of my diet, and I'll run through exactly what it is in a sec, but the staples are red meat, beef organs, white rice, fruit and honey, a little bit of chicken here and there. That's about it. Vegetables every now and again, but this is pretty much what I eat. There's a lot of plant-based bullshit going around at the moment saying that a plant-based diet is good. Personally, I tried a vegan diet for, I think it was 2 months when I was about 21, when I was working my sales job, and that shit made me sick. It made me super ill. I got like a really bad flu after that, and I only managed to recover from that flu and start feeling good again by putting meat back into my diet. So I've tried the plant-based stuff. I personally think it will drain a lot of your energy, and the plant-based motivations are that they can make food a lot cheaper. They don't have to give you real nutrition. They can basically make it out of seeds and plants that you shouldn't really be eating, and they can sell it to you as like a fake burger. So anything fake and overly manufactured, it's just not how we've eaten. It's just not how our species has evolved. We've never evolved eating manufactured plant-based foods. We basically evolved by managing to eat meat and killing big game, killing big cows or buffaloes and then eating them. That's how our tribes survive. So I think this is the best way to eat. It's ancestral living. It's living like your ancestors did. Protein shakes is another one. I think it's a bit of a myth that if I had protein shakes right now and I was on a whey mass gainer, I'd be covered in acne, because a lot of that shit's just full of sugar. It's full of very processed lactose. So I stay away from those, and I just like to get my proteins from actual natural stuff. And the seed oils, big endocrine disruptor. They're going to fuck with your hormones. Probably one of the reasons why the world's going so soft. We all love a bit of sugar, but it's basically a dopamine response. So if you're eating a lot of sugar on a regular basis, one, it's not going to be good for your skin, and two, it's going to stop you from concentrating properly on what you need to do. I'll begin with the start of my day. So I don't eat until about 2 p.m. each day, and I'll finish eating at about 8 p.m. So I have a nice fast, and the reason for this is because when you fast, you turn into hunter mode. When you're hungry, your brain allows you to work harder, because in the past, we would have had to go and hunt for food. We would have had to be sharper, and we would have had to go out there and find our food and hunt and kill. So it puts you in that fight or flight mode. You can get more work done when you're fasted. And really, we don't need to eat anywhere near as much as we eat at the moment, or those 3 meals a day that people say. So I try and not eat till about 2 p.m. Occasionally, I'll have something before then, but normally 2 p.m. In the morning, I like to begin my day with Alpha Grind coffee by Top Shelf Grind. This is pretty fucking strong. This is not normal coffee. This is coffee mixed with a fuck ton of like Clarity nootropics. Basically, this stuff, if you need a rocket fuel boost for the day, I take this probably every 2 days, every 2 to 3 days. I don't have it every day. If you really need a boost in the morning, this shit will get you fired up. And then I also take the Kingmaker testosterone supplement. It's basically got everything you'd need for testosterone packed into one. There's like 10 different supplements in this. So they're my 2 supplements that I basically take in the morning. This once every sort of 3 days. This one I take every day, the Kingmaker. If you want those supplements from Top Shelf Grind, the link is in my description. They sponsor the channel. They sponsored my fight. It's a good friend of mine's brand, Robert Oliver. He's into the masculinity space and becoming a strong man, and he makes amazing products, and he's an awesome guy. So if you want that stuff, check it out in the link below. I also take, on top of this, the Kingmaker does have some vitamin D. I think you should do a lot more vitamin D, 5 to 10,000 I use a day, especially if you don't live in a hot and sunny climate, because the amount of vitamin D you have directly correlates to the amount of testosterone you can make. Some people also take it with a I think it's vitamin K2 supplement to process the D3 better. Personally, I've never done it, but I hear that's a good thing to do. Cod liver oil, good to have those essential oils. Keep that brain fucking firing, keep you learning. That's what I was told when I was young. Cod liver oil help you learn, so I do that. And then magnesium before bed, just seems to help me sleep. Stop being a pussy. Always a good thing. You don't need variation in your diet. That's one thing I want to drill into you. Food is fuel. If you think about otherwise, you're basically a pussy. You don't need a new meal every day. You don't need a new meal plan. I've eaten the same thing every day for now over a year. And I usually follow this diet 5 to 6 days a week. On my days off, I'll eat something different. Like when you eat a diet this strict and you fast every day till 2 p.m, you've got a lot of leeway with your calories and when you want to have treats. So as long as you don't go over the top, you can have nice meals on the weekend. It's not a problem. But 5 to 6 days a week, this is how I eat. And I really never break this. There's just some unbreakable rules in nutrition if you understand your body. I'll go into these now actually before we get onto the water. Basically, in the morning, you don't want to be putting any carbs into the body. You don't want to be fucking spiking your sugars. That's just something I know now from having had good nutrition for so long. When you stay fasted in the morning and you've just got your caffeine, you're just going to fire way better. Get your water, your caffeine in, and just be clear for the mornings. Get all your work done. Get your workout in. Oh, I can't work out fasted. It's bullshit. You're having a big meal in the evenings. There's no need to be full of calories in the morning. You just slow yourself down, because as soon as you eat those calories, the body thinks, work's done. I've had my meal for the day. I'm fine now. I don't need to fire this brain to go and hunt some food. Our hunting is our business. Our hunting is our making money. We need to keep that brain firing till 2 p.m. Next thing, water source. Most of you know this by now, but stop drinking the tap water. Calcifies the pineal gland. Invest in high quality water. Some people will say, oh, it's so expensive, bottled water, get in the glass bottles. In the grand scheme of things, it's nothing. For your health and your clarity, invest in the best water. Acqua Panna, Evian, San Pellegrino are the ones that I go for in the glass bottles. Occasionally I'll drink bottled water out of a plastic. I'm not crazy hyped on it. Like if I need to go to the gym or I'm in the sauna, I normally don't take a glass bottle in there in case it smashes. So it's all good. This is just stuff you do 80-90% of the time. It's going to make you way clearer, able to make decisions better. I genuinely believe your water source is very important. These are your top priorities in like investments into yourself and the way that you live, because if this can increase your ability to work, it can increase your abilities in the gym, it can increase the clarity of your thinking, it has huge impacts on your life. So don't be cheap about this stuff. This is an important investment. Staples of my diet: meat and eggs. You want grass-fed organic beef. It must say grass-fed on the packet to be grass-fed. The grain-fed beef, the problem with it is it's full of antibiotics and chemicals and grain, and the build-up of these chemicals in the meat, if you're eating the amount of meat I eat every day, will probably make you sick in the long run. You don't want all this shit in you. Also, the cows, the poor cows, bless them, when they're from these non-grass-fed places, it means they've just had grain shoveled in their mouths, they've lived in bad conditions, they've got a bad mindset. You don't want to be taking that cow's mindset in. You want a nice cow that's just been out in the field, just eating some grass, just chilling out, just getting fattened up, and then slaughtered and just brought straight in and just put on your plate. That's what you want. Sorry, vegans. Eggs should be organic, free range. You can eat a lot of eggs on this diet because of the cholesterol in them, the amount of protein. If you think about it, an egg is life. It's a life force. It can create a life. There's a lot of fucking nutrients in that egg. I'm a big believer in this. Eggs are fucking steroids, pretty much as close to steroids as you can get. There's one guy I know, he's called Nikolai, he's in the New Elite. Absolute machine, ex-Norwegian Special Forces. Absolute hardest trainer I've ever seen, like just fucking goes for it, incredible physique. He eats like 30 eggs a day, and I'm not surprised with the way his physique looks. But make sure they're free range. Again, we want the chickens to have had a nice life, to be chilling out, to just be pecking around on the grass or whatever fucking chickens eat, rather than stuck in a cage rammed full of shit. Because that's all going to go into you, basically, because it will be in that egg. Reasons why red meat is so good: it's high in vitamin B12, great proteins, essential fats that you need for your brain, your intelligence, your cholesterol, which helps with your testosterone production. Red meat's basically got it all. Shit you can't get on plant-based. Calories per day I eat, about 3,000 to 4,000 calories per day. You can get about 3,000 of those calories from 25 ounces of ribeye. I'll mix chicken in there, free-range chicken as well. Red meat can be a little bit harder to digest. If I want a lighter meal, I will fire some chicken in there as well. About 8 eggs a day, rice, loads of butter, grass-fed butter. The oils and the fats in that are going to be very good for you. Cheese, just a high-calorie, delicious snack. I love cheese, and it's just a great way to up your calories. I'll fire in a bit of fruit in there, mid-afternoon, quick snack here and there. Sugars before workout, banana, melon, bit of egg, not a bit of egg, a bit of orange. I don't mix my fruits and my eggs. That would be odd. But yeah, that's pretty much what I eat. I mean, it's so fucking boring, so simple, but you will just stay clear and you'll just get fucking ripped. You're just not going to have a fucking ounce of fat on you if you stick to this plan and you understand calorie deficits. If you're a fat person right now, you consume too many calories for your output. So you're basically putting calories in, your body can't use them, and it turns them into fat. So if you're a fat person, stop eating so much, be hungry all the time, and your body will eat the fat. Like, it's very fucking simple. It's all a disciplined thing. Like, just stop putting food in your mouth, stick to this diet, be on like 1,500 or 2,000 calories a day, get your protein goal in, and that's about it. And then be hungry, and know that when you're hungry, at least you're getting less fat. And that's basically what you need to do. What to cook with? It's another one that sometimes I stick to it, sometimes I don't, depending on where I am in the world. I travel a fair bit, but when I can, 100% grass-fed butter or tallow as your cooking oil. If possible, stop using the non-stick pans. They got some like BPAs, some stuff that goes in the meat apparently. So you don't want that build up of chemicals over time that will seep into your food. It slowly poison you. And then for the evening, an evening test booster. I think one of the best ways to listen to your health and the amount that you're optimized with your testosterone, which is massively important to your drive as a man and the way you feel, is just keep an eye on your sex drive and your morning boners. If you're not fucking raging hard in the morning as a young man, there's an issue normally with your diet, maybe the amount of calories you're eating. If you're cutting a lot of calories, your test will go down. So if you're not eating enough, if you're on a big cut, you'll find your sex drive goes. But when you do this stack, basically 4 eggs with butter in the evening gives you cholesterol. Cholesterol's the precursor to testosterone that's made in the ball sack. When the cholesterol goes in at that time in the night, testosterone's made between like 12 and 1 a.m. So you've basically got the ingredients there to make your testosterone, to boost those levels. You wake up in the morning with a fucking hard on, ready to fuck the day. Sorry, that was aggressive. Ready to fuck the day, and that's just a great way to live. So boys, you've been asking me for fucking ages. You ask me on Instagram all the time. That's what I eat in a day. Occasionally I eat different stuff, but that's about it. That's a staple in my diet. So if you want to eat like me, I've stayed with a 6-pack for fucking years on this diet. I train on this diet. I have great energy. I work well on this diet. I'm fucking clear. So it works for me. If you want to use it, use it. If you don't, don't. Enjoy yourselves. Have a good fucking day. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Whoop-ow!